Welcome in. We're going to try some paper mache easy crafting. I'm Vicky from the Purple Penguin Craft Room. Let's jump right in and get started. Our paper mache project is going to start with a balloon. Most of them do, right? If you're doing something special with a balloon. This is a balloon air pump. I absolutely love this. Definitely recommend it. It helps out a lot. But basically, you should want to get your balloon to whatever size you want. That's totally up to you, and you can get these little baby balloons like pretty much anywhere. Like I think I got this little pack at Walmart, and it's even cheaper than getting them at like the Dollar Tree. And the quality actually on them might be a little bit better. But we're gonna start with our little balloon, and you can do whatever size you want. You can do this in large. I like doing things in miniature. We're gonna get this is just your basic plastic cup. I believe I did get the plastic cups at Dollar Tree. Just kind of something simple, something that can hold your little balloon. We got a bunch of paper. This is newspaper, but it's actually ads, is what it is. It's actually ad paper. It actually came from in the mail. In the mail, you get stupid ads or ads in general that you. I know a lot of people don't necessarily look at or use or whatever, but they're weekly ads in the newspaper. They come in the mail. So I go ahead and I keep the paper ones. The shiny ones aren't as good, but you can still use them. I prefer the ones that are dull, that are just pretty much just the paper. But you can use like tissue paper. You can use, this is streamers. You can use those as well. Totally up to you. What we're going to do is bring in, this is just my extra cup. And I've got some Stay Flow. Let's see if we can do a better video here. So this is Stay Flow, and it's just liquid starch. That's all it is. It's just liquid starch. And we are going to use this as our binder. You can look up paper mache. People do all sorts of different things with it. There's paste that you can get. You can just take your glue and water down your glue, and you can use that instead. I don't know why, I like using the starch, but that's just me. This is a smaller project, so normally when I do these, because I've done a paper mache pumpkin, which was huge, but this being a smaller project, normally I would dip the whole thing into the liquid starch and just drench it. These are smaller. This is just a smaller object, so I'm just gonna dip my finger in. It's not gonna hurt you. It may dry out your hands a little bit, but I mean, get some lotion. You'll be fine. You could also do this with maybe a paintbrush if you wanted to do that. But basically, we are just going to go ahead and coat this whole thing with these. And I recommend doing one layer first, going all the way around, doing one layer, and then let it completely dry, like overnight kind of project, and then come back and do a second or even third coat, depending on how durable you want this to be. Don't pop your balloon until the very last coat is completely dry and done. Just a tip on that. This one has about 2-3 layers on it, so I still have my balloon in there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just take some of our tacky glue, and we're going to just go ahead, spread it on here. This is just to kind of make it extra stiff. And then we're going to dip, this is still my liquid starch. We're going to dip it in there. So I have a wet brush, and we're just going to dip it and just paint this on. It's basically, it will dry clear. and maybe even a little shiny, but it will make it a stiffer project. Okay, so this has that coating on it. You can see it's kind of glossy, it's kind of shiny. So now we are going to go ahead and pop our balloon gently. We're going to go ahead and we're going to create our hole here. And I'm kind of thinking what I'm going to do is we'll just take a Sharpie and kind of estimate where I want my top to be. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, these actually remind me of kind of like gourds. If you guys have ever worked with gourds, they're super hard, but these are like I guess a man-made version of a gourd. Just taking my X-Acto knife. And we're just going to took our top off. We can finish getting our balloon out of there. Don't need that anymore. How cute is that? It's just a cute little bowl at this point. And you can kind of do whatever you want at this point with it. I want to go ahead and decorate mine, but I also want to make this like a candle holder kind of thing. So I want to go ahead and put this star in here. Now this is just, I had, I believe this is from Dollar Tree, but it's just a stencil. And so I wanted to go ahead and put the stencil on here, but it's not exactly ideal because it's round. So what I did was I just took a regular piece of printer paper and I just traced out my star so that way this can be a little more flexible for getting on the round piece here. But then it still kind of doesn't really want to stay very well. So all I'm going to do is we're going to take some glue, because it doesn't matter. We're just going to take it off anyways. So this is just going to make it a little bit easier to stay on track here. There we go. Perfect. And then again, we'll just take our X-Acto knife. And I don't have to let this dry if I don't want to. Hopefully, we can get this. There we go. And we've got a perfect little star. Now at this point, if you really, really want to, you can beef this up by doing more little paper and just and doing it around kind of thing. Be careful though, if you get this wet, it will get flexible and flimsy and you don't have your balloon inside to help hold that. So that could be a little bit of a problem. Unless you actually go ahead and you do that and then you put another balloon inside and pump it up while it's inside and kind of help hold its shape that way. That could also be done as well. That would actually not be a terrible thing, honestly. Now let's go ahead and paint it. I think I want to paint the inside. I think we want to do a cream color. So we're just going to do the light buttermilk on the inside. And then I want to do like a blue, I think, on the outside. Okay, so I've got the inside all painted. Now let's do the outside. Outside will be a little bit easier because I can put it where it's not going to roll around on me. We're just going to use this cobalt blue. It's really pretty blue. Okay, we're all done with that. Now it's totally up to you what you want to do with it. Like, he totally stands just fine by himself, but he is a little roly-poly. And so what I was thinking, I was going to bring in, I've got a wood round, and I was totally thinking about gluing him to the wood round. And I think that would be ideal, just to kind of give him a little bit of weight and to help him from rolling around if he gets bumped or you know, the table that he's on moves or anything like that. Tilt it so that you can see. So he kind of looks like almost like a snow globe. The last finishing touches we have on this thing, I want to do a little handle. I don't know why, but I really want to do a little handle, and I kind of want to use these pit berries, or these call it bead garland. And I got some from the Dollar Tree. You can get them pretty much anywhere, has them for the most part. And I want to do like this. I want to do a little handle, but I kind of want it to have quite a bit going on, because I want it to be a little bit thicker handle than just a single strand. I think it might be kind of more fun to do multiple strands. So I think what we're gonna do, we're just gonna put that off to the side for just a second. And I think what we're gonna do is cut off an end here. And we're going to stick this part in and then put up and go around for the handle portion of it. And then we'll double up. Yeah, okay. Got an idea. I got a plan. So first we need to decide where I want my holes. And we're going to go ahead and just do that with my X-Acto knife here. Be careful. I think we're just going to go through the outside here. Come around. Wrap it here. Like so. And then I want it to go one more. Okay, go to this point. And we're just doing the same thing here. Then I just want to take some extra ones . Just wrap them around so it makes it thicker. There we go. I think that looks good like that. We'll leave it like that, I think. All right. And then, you know, you could always do finishing touches like you could do like a border around the top of your container. You could totally do, I mean, decorative all the way around. I'm gonna keep mine simple. I want simple and basic, and we just put a little tea light in it, and you can kind of see that in there, and that is super cute. All right, that's it for today. Super cute, super easy, pretty cheap for the most part. Like, everything is really cheap. You could probably really do this under $5, no problem. Keep on coming back for more at the Purple Penguin Craft Room, and happy crafting.